As the anime that took winter 2021 into its own hands, Wonder Egg Priority delivered a compelling and thought-provoking narrative during its initial run. The final episode for the series is a little over a week away, and I wanted to highlight how great the series is at visual storytelling. Water is both dangerous and delicate. Both versions of I experience two very different routes in terms of water. Both have a form of revival or a form of death. This duality is focused throughout our story to show the various options that I has taken to get to become the strong, capable person that she is going into the finale. I goes through 3 total rebirths in our story thus far. Once in episode 1 when she enters the dream world and gets her first egg, once in episode 2 when she decides to go to school, and once in episode 12 when the other I sacrifices herself for our I. Each are peppered with hints to adolescence and the struggle of growing up and overcoming trauma, especially during that stage, is challenging but essential for becoming an adult. All of these stages are coupled with their water imageries as well as strong color design, which Wonder Egg Priority is so good with, especially yellow, as a color that is splattered with precision in so many shots, giving a lot of impact. Yellow, blue, and green are used primarily and beautifully to show Ai's progression through these separate times of development. Episode 1, as we all may have remembered, is fresh, innovative, and enough to hook us to want to watch more. On a revisit, we can see a lot is set up for the endgame here as Ai takes her first step into the dream world. The water connects Ai and Koito together even if they were nothing more than acquaintances, but Koito's kindness was enough to save her. The rain in the dream world on the windowsill isolates Ai's blue eye, which she hides in fear, the same one that is ripped away from her in the last episode. The Frill lookalike in episode 1 serves as a guide for Ai in her task, because Ai is kind of led and learns the rules on how to survive and clear the conditions to get out from the exit scenario, to activating her pen, to taking down the boss for this initial episode. This brief connection with Kurumi, a girl with Ai's eyes, Frill's hair, and a yellow accessory, gives guidance and kind of forms a guidepost to Ai to take charge of her own self. As Ai descends down the escalator with its yellow cautionary lines, she's ready to take on this next stage of her life as she develops her self-confidence in the next 5 episodes. Episode 6, outside of its phenomenal title, Punch Drunk Day, does so many things to propel us into the second half of the series, upping the levels for the base enemies, who are now yellow and haters and attacked Ai, and introducing a companion whose pendant matches the same space that Ai has created in her room. A yellow eye covered in a deep blue to shield herself from the yellow fear of the world. An unseen enemy is a nice parallel to the boss of the episode, to how her and Koito are. They might be complete strangers to each other and not categorized as friends from an outsider perspective, but if you believe and choose to look more into it, the truth reveals itself that Ai depended on that kindness, on that touch of the hand to pull her out of the water. Now usually blue water is pure, but Wonder Egg Priority twists that notion as well as shows us other versions of dirty or potentially tainted water. This episode features a lot of yellow water from Ai's bath as she has to come face to face with her affection to her teacher, which directly challenges her mother's wishes for a relationship. Ai's shell cracks so much that the yellow yolk of fear seeps deep into her body, rendering her useless. All that growth in the first half culminates into this moment. The yellow in the water isn't taken as fear in this case, but it mimics the same water that Frill is created with. It's another rebirth and another chance for Ai to grow past her trauma. She has made some amazing friends from episodes 2 to 5 that she can truly call her group and her close-knit community and those that will support her, which is why Leon is introduced here in this moment, because she can handle that sort of camaraderie and dependence, since she wouldn't have been able to do so at the beginning of her story. And this climaxes to the running scene. Ai makes her mind up and chases after her teacher, and boy do I love these types of scenes. What hits me the most outside of the beautiful rain and animation is the line at the end, "It was just a passing shower." This is why we don't get a hyper focus on Ai's school life or Ai actually confessing to her teacher at the end of the episode, because it is just in the moment kind of thing. They don't affect our core as we continue on with our lives. Koito in Ai's world is just a passing shower as well. Her time in the dream world may very well be another passing shower, but it's still important to stay in the present and try again. Which is something Ai will continue to do in the second half of the story as she continues to grow closer and assist the other people that she has introduced into her own life. Our third and final rebirth is episode 12, or maybe episode 11, depending on how you count that recap, episode 8. It challenges our perception of both eyes of color and also shows us that Ai has been the same at her core the entire time, even with all of this overcoming of trauma and all this change throughout the series. No one does it alone, no one. And to overcome this kind of fear, you have to ask for help, even if that help is yourself, because that's where the true potential will begin to shine through. The yellow paint that Ai trips and stumbles upon their own fear, and the water from the pool that is clear and blue is used as a shield for both Ai and other Ai. For Ai, it is used to block the hate that this manifestation of Sawaki, the teacher, while the other Ai, that this same blue water was used to take her life. It gets taken even further as Sawaki adds a deeper blue into the pool as both eyes are submerged, twisting that once protective water towards other Ai's fate as it distorts and separates them. The same shell of blue that is used as comfort is used to isolate the eyes from each other and tries to shake their existence to do something they might regret. This is where we see potentially the first time that Koito and Ai meet, because in episode 1, Ai's hair clip suggests that it was actually other Ai's memory, while this pool meeting Ai was wearing her actual clip, the clip that she's been rocking this entire time. As someone who was hesitant to take lookalike Frill's hand in episode 1, Ai takes Koito's hand in a heartbeat. That blue that was supposed to provide comfort earlier is now used to lull and to make that jump into a double suicide. Ai and Koito, Ai and Ai. But Ai understands herself and the fear that is within, the fear of hiding inside of the blue that causes her to be different, the fear of rejection, the fear of disappointing others. And thus Ai makes the same moves off the platform, away from her comfort, towards the yellow Ai's world, similar to how she does it in episode 1, using the pen to shatter the barrier here in episode 12 to shatter the boss of the episode in episode 1. This barrier that separates them, this thing that allows Ai to make the jump and leap forward, that is where all this confidence and growth has attested to. And this is why the other Ai is willing to sacrifice herself for Ai's case, because she can continue on the fight and that her past self is happy to help in any way. Now, I've definitely alluded to a lot of parallels to Frill and the other girls in the cast, but they deserve their own spotlight, as Rika and Koto are my favorites from the series. I hope the finale does an amazing job of wrapping everything up nicely, but even if it doesn't, these other 11 episodes were brilliant and one of the most fun experiences I have had watching a weekly anime. That's all for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.